Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Greg Shapiro, and let's queer up entertainment. JoJo Siwa switches LGBTQ letters live on Celebrity Big Brother. Hint, she is no longer a lesbian. JoJo Siwa is opening up in a big way on Celebrity Big Brother UK. During a heartfelt moment streamed live from the house, Siwa shared that she no longer identifies as a lesbian, but as queer. Jumping up and down with excitement alongside drag artist Danny Beard, she shouted, quote, "I'm switching letters. I feel like so queer. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the thing. I've always told myself I'm a lesbian. And I think being here, I've realized, oh, I'm not a lesbian, I'm queer. And I think that's really cool. Fuck the hell. I'm going to the Q. That's what I love about sexuality," end quote. Throughout her time on the show, Siwa's journey of self-discovery has taken center stage. In an earlier episode, she revealed she'd been questioning her gender identity and may eventually identify as non-binary, but stressed she wasn't ready to go public yet, leading to fan backlash over the pressure she faced. For JoJo Siwa, though, it's clear she's finding her voice and her joy on her own terms. For fuck's sake, aren't her 15 minutes up yet? I mean, seriously, this is the curse of reality TV. These people just, a reality in quotes, they just have this platform and they just sound, I mean, you know, maybe when she's my age in like 100 years and she'll look back at this and she'll be so embarrassed by it, but that's okay, honey. I'm already embarrassed for you.
Greg, I just have to first say that was some amazing journalism to attempt to say her quotes accurately. It just bravo, Greg. And I have to say, this was a very educational article for me to listen about, because I have no idea who this young lady is. I still can't figure out why she's on television. I guess her fashion sense with Gen Z is horrifying me. But like on the concept of like, oh, should you be switching letters, blah, blah, blah. Like, queer, I'm not going to tell people how they want to identify with the word queer, but at the same time, it's like, queer is meant to be sort of a big umbrella term for us. You don't have to call yourself a lesbian, but if you're saying like, oh, I found a new identity, like, okay, what do you mean by that?
Well, yeah, she founded pop music a few years ago, didn't she?
Or you mean queer pop?
Queer pop, yeah,
queer
all by
pop.
herself. Yeah, forget about Rufus Wainwright or the Scissor Sisters or Indigo
Jackson,
Girls.
Prince.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little different angle with this because I don't really know much about her myself, but she's under the LGBTQ plus spectrum, so I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Switching letters, is kind of like, evolving your identity. So, as I was young, I was trying to figure out who I was too. And so, even to this day too, like I identify as a gay male, but that Q always kind of sits with me too. And I kind of like it. So I sometimes, if somebody calls me queer, it doesn't bother me. So I can kind of understand it. And, just to see young people giving themselves permission to just evolve and change on TV is a really good example. So, I feel that whatever she's done, artistically or who she is as a person, it's a good example for young people to see that, you can evolve.
I've followed JoJo for a while now, which is wild. But she, the problem I think is that there's no issue with discovering who you are and switching whatever letter. You don't have to identify with one letter or two or whatever. Love who you want when you want. All of that is great for all of us. In the past, and not the longest ago past, like sort of recent-ish, she's sort of just like displayed asshole-ish behavior. So it's like, and made like bold, stupid statements. So it's like, if maybe that stuff didn't exist, then like there wouldn't be so much mockery around her, I guess, finding herself. I think that JoJo is known for making these really profound statements, even if she doesn't really know what she's stating. And it's worked well for her, by the way. Like she's a cajillionaire, but money doesn't make happiness, right? And I will say that she's got an incredible support system. Her mom is like so team us, you know, and the coolest, most laid back family ever. I just think that JoJo maybe has not faced any consequences in life, so she just keeps
I
going.
think you're on to something.
Yeah.
Like, I think, yes, it's wonderful when people evolve.
Yeah.
How has she evolved? She says she's grown. What is this growth? Because, like, if someone writes a memoir of their journey in life, they explain how they grew as a person. I just want to know, how has she grown as a person? And that if she wants to tell us all about it, it's fair to ask, okay, so how did you grow?
I look at the lens from my own personal experience, you know, being a middle-aged man myself, and I identify with when I was younger and, you know, the evolvedness of who I was. And I made a lot of, you know, I went on a lot of bumpy rides to get there. So it was, you know, I was chaotic. I was saying things off the cuff. I was drinking in the bars. You know, I was being, you know, who I was, trying to identify who I was. So, yeah, I could see this
But
happening.
you didn't have a platform of 1 billion followers,
right.
you know, so it's like
There's a responsibility.
She could choose to make
Yes.
certain
There is.
You've proven my point. You can answer how you've evolved in life and gone through your journey.
Yeah.
I'm just asking for her to do the same.
It's just fun to watch.
And for the record, it's really all right to sit quietly with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No one said it wasn't great television. Right.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah.
People are tuning in. So why
Right.
not?
People are tuning in, and spoiler alert, she's already been kicked out. So that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.